So I was told that Devil May Cry from Netflix is displaying what appears to be a satire of Asmongold. And I'm like, well, no way. Did they? Did they really? And so I decided to watch.
The radical left is already using this to push their agenda that America should step down from our role as quote-unquote global policemen. But as the greatest country on Earth, we have a moral responsibility to lead. Not to mention, the surveillance image clearly shows some sort of weaponized wingsuit.
What I find absolutely hilarious, first off, is the voice casting. Like, couldn't they find a voice actor that dropped his testicles to play this character? Like this voice belongs to someone that's like 16 or 15 or, you know, like a really soy-faced geek. While here they're portraying what appears to be a Chad. Like, look at his chin. You know, like usually they reserve these chins for female characters in these types of animations. But to me, this character would have gone better with a deeper voice. Am I the only one who finds like this disconnect between the image and the voice? And we'd be like, well, V, why are you nitpicking? Well, every single thing that is done now in modern times is done by absolute incompetent people. And so I'm just looking at this and I'm wondering, what was the person that was casting voice actors paid to do? Like what was his actual job? Why was he even there? Why did he even bother coming to the office? Just do a fucking lottery. Just like take random voice actors and do a lottery with them. And hire like whoever pops up, and then you can save some money, and you don't have to hire a guy that's actually casting voice actors. But the second interesting thing is the story writer as well, like another level of incompetence. You never want to current day your political issues. Obviously, like, this show wasn't made yesterday, right? It was probably made 2 years ago. That's usually the production time for projects like these, like 1 or 2 years. And so, like, 2 years ago, these were the talking points, right? So this is why you don't want to do like far left versus far right shit. It's because now it's literally the opposite. Now the far left is crying that America doesn't want to be the world police. Now they're like, oh Neil, you gotta go to Ukraine, America, Donald Trump, you gotta intervene. You gotta be the world police. You gotta go over there. You gotta send troops. You gotta send the military. Otherwise, you're a fascist. You're allowing fascism to like. Do you see what I mean? I'm not casting moral judgment on the geopolitical decisions of the United States of America or not in this video. But what I'm saying is, like, 2 years ago, yeah, sure, like, the far left was crying about, like, America intervening and America being everywhere and being the world police. And now it's literally the opposite. It just went around, right? And so when you're putting this in your show and you're trying to make fun of right-wingers, boy, it would sure suck if the tables flip. If by the time you're making it and you're actually shipping it, the ideologist goes around and you're now making fun of the far left.
But as the greatest country on Earth, we have a moral responsibility to lead. Not to mention, the surveillance image clearly shows some sort of weaponized wingsuit. That is not any US military technology that I know of.
Exactly. With tech like that, it was probably the Russians. Now,
Isn't it funny? Like, again, obviously this was probably made like 2 years ago or so. Or even before that. Like, they had no idea what's coming. They had no idea how the world is going to shape. And so, like, literally the ideologies are shifted. Like, it's what they're criticizing now, which was directed to the right, is now what the left is.
the government, the corporatists that own it, and their loyal propagandists in the news media want you to blame the Russians. How stupid do they think we are, folks?
So look at the imagery. Because this is what they're trying to accomplish. You have like the right-winger talking, which is basically the independent journalist. Like the people from the corporations, the people that are from Fox News, the Comedy Nicer, they're treated as respectable, the adults, the philosophers. And meanwhile, like the guy that's just trying to make sense of things and is not being paid by anyone, is not being under some politician's thumb, is just like trying to understand what the world is like from his own room, is being treated as an imbecile, as an idiot, as someone worth of mockery. In fact, they're almost treated as if they're insane. And look at this.
This was a...
Right? Like these are the adults, like random women that are listening to the radio, but they're like of a level of intelligence that goes way and beyond what any independent commentator can say. Why? Because they're plugged into the mainstream. Like they're listening the TV, they're listening the experts, they're listening the establishment, they're listening from the billion-dollar corporation. So like they're beyond this.
The strike against God himself! Carried out by a sophisticated network of terrorist demons from hell!
Meanwhile, like this guy is designed to be unhinged. Like his body language, his appearances is like he's having a mental breakdown. And you know what the punchline is? You know what the fucking joke is? That he is right. Within the context of this story, he is the actual guy that makes sense. And so I gotta wonder, like, is this intentional? Like, is the writer actually a secret fan of right-wing independent commentators and is basically trying to suggest, yeah, you know, the people are mocking them, but in reality, hey, they're fucking right? Or is the writer really that dumb, really that stupid, really this disconnected, and genuinely didn't realize what he is doing? Because this is not the first time I see this shit. I saw this shit with Barbie. Like, they were hyping it up as being a feminist film, and then you actually get to watch the film, and you realize that when Ken listens to Barbie, he ends up being like a shirtless guy that's on the beach, a bum with no house, and the only thing that he gets is some attention from Barbie every now and then when she feels like it. Right? So, like, that's life for men when they listen to women, according to the director of the movie, which, by the way, is a feminist. And then what's the hero journey? Like, well, apparently Ken has enough, and he wants to have equality. He wants to move into the house. He wants to be able to have equal standing with Barbie. And because his Barbie doesn't want that, he leaves her, right? All the other Barbies get to stay with Ken in the house. And Ken, what does he do? Like, he brings voting. Like, how is this fascist? How is this the patriarchy? By allowing people to vote. And apparently, like, the Barbies are so happy with the new system that they would actually vote to maintain it. But the one Barbie that's unhappy, like the one that has been left by Ken, she kidnaps the Barbie president, brainwashes her, gets the other Barbies to start making their Kens jealous, starts a war, destroys the entire fucking country. I'm not kidding, that's the plot. And then after that, she leaves. After she destroyed everything, she leaves. And that's a feminist film? Like, what is the moral message here? That is the most anti-feminist film you can possibly imagine. If you commission me to make an anti-feminist movie, I can't do, like, even half as a good job as that. And so, it has happened before, right? Like, they're trying to make something, and they make something else. Literally opposite to the message, and you gotta wonder, like, is this intentional or not? Like, I would genuinely want to talk with the director of this film and ask him, like, dude, did you actually want to hype up Asmongold? Because Asmongold himself noticed, it's like, hold on a little bit, like, there's the missing tooth, there's the same beard, the same roach-infested room, and so, like, people are noticing the pattern. It's an Alex Jones mixed with Asmongold type character. There's too many similarities, and so you gotta wonder, you know, what went on in the writer's head.
Terrorist demons. I don't... You hear about this? I think I missed that one in Sunday school.
The fact that an American comedian even went to Sunday school would baffle me, but again, notice how the presentation is. The experts, the comedians, they're all smug. Like, this is the thing, right? The people that are actually living the lie, the people that believe demons don't exist, they're presented as smug and arrogant, right? Like look at this, right? They're smug, they're arrogant, they're know-it-alls, and this is the universe of Devil May Cry, a universe in which demons do exist and they do want to do bad things to humanity. And so, yeah, like, if that's the case, like, if you know that this is the truth and no one else listens, like, once you behave like this, like, aren't you emotional and desperate that no one is listening to you, and you know that this is the truth, and everyone else is acting smug and arrogant? again, I genuinely don't know if the writer did this intentionally or not. But, like, it's very difficult to debunk. You know? The only other explanation is that leftists cannot separate fact from fiction. And so, like, when they create something, like, they inject their real-world preconceptions into the media. And so, in the real world, they think Asmongold bad, Alex Jones bad, and so the version of characters that they inject are bad automatically because they're inspired from the real-world counterparts. And so it doesn't need to make sense. Like, they're not trying to be coherent in the sense of the story. They're just like, let's make an Alex Jones character and he's bad just because he's Alex Jones, you know? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.